Hello everybody and welcome to Glan Y Gors Park. It is the 5th round of the 2018 birelART UK Series from the heart of North Wales. Jake Sanson here from the clubhouse, and we are getting ourselves ready for qualifying in each of the 3 classes we have in the birelART UK Series paddock in 2018. We're going straight into the action with the cadets for what is turning out to be a very enthralling season in the British Championship. We are live on the birelART UK Series Facebook page, as well as through Alpha Live, and of course as well through the Downforce UK and Karting Magazine Facebook pages as well. So wherever you choose to watch, do please get in touch. You can get in touch with us through the birelART UK Series Facebook feed, and that is where you'll be able to keep in touch with us and send messages to the drivers as they get ready. It's going to be a really exciting battle, this one here this weekend, because we've got so many things to tell you compared to what has happened over the last 4 weeks. There's been so many different changes in news stories and things that have kept the championship flowing over the course of the last 4 weeks. So let's keep you up to date as the drivers are starting to pound around the Glan Y Gors Park circuit in their qualifying session. There are 2 names missing from this weekend's contest in the birelART UK Series, and both are due to injuries, unfortunately. One of those is here, and that is Oakley Keatley, who 2 weeks ago was here racing, and unfortunately at this very corner that you're watching on the stream ended up toppling over and landing rather awkwardly on his head and broke his collarbone in the procedure. Unfortunately, he is not able to race this weekend, but the good news is that he is mending very quickly and should be out in time for the next round of the championship, which is at Hooton Park on the first weekend of September, 6 weeks from now. So it's good to hear that he's on the mend, but frustrated, obviously, as a spectator watching on the sidelines and cheering for his good friend and rival in the championship, Nathan Tye, who was fastest in all 3 sessions yesterday. So apologies, in 2 sessions, because he only did 2 of the time sessions. The other fastest man this weekend in the 3rd of our time sessions yesterday for practice was Charlie Humphreys, and straight out of the blocks you can see both Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphreys are at the front end immediately. There's another interesting development this weekend, another face that is missing, and that is Aidan Hassan. He was all due to be racing this weekend, no problem. And then Friday at school, he ended up falling over and breaking his arm, unfortunately. Really rather chaotic turn of events over the last weekend, but they have messaged us and said he's okay, he's fine, he's a little bit glum, and he was still able to go to his school prom on Friday afternoon, so at least that didn't halt him. So and they did mention at the time, they're a great family, the Hassans, they did mention only Aidan Hassan could break his arm on the way to his school prom a day before he went racing. So he's okay, he's in good spirits, but he's missing us all and is watching the race from home as we speak. So the qualifying session is underway. Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphreys battling away. Jamie Gurney in 3rd position at the moment from Archie Heron. The man you want to keep an eye on this weekend appears to be the 92, Callum Lockett, who is at the front of this train. Callum Lockett has been absolutely rapid this weekend. He seems to have turned a bit of a corner developmentally, and yesterday in the time practice in the 2nd session, he was 2nd fastest of all. So this weekend, Callum Lockett really seems to have stepped up the game, and 18 months ago, he was one of the new faces in the championship, a few seconds off the back of the grid, and he was making gains every single weekend. Here at Glan Y Gors Park, 18 months later, he is now contesting pole position. It's amazing to see how these guys have developed, and we seem to get that a lot with the drivers in the birelART UK Cadets. You don't necessarily start as the fastest person on the grid, and it's very, very rare for a rookie to be pole position straight out of the blocks. But the development pace of these drivers is such that we get to see so many different faces at the front end of the grid. Now, Nathan Tye, Charlie Humphreys and Jamie Gurney as the established guard are in 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Archie Heron has popped up into 4th position at this precise moment. We've got a full contingent of our 13 cadets who are racing this weekend, so it should still be a very exciting battle all the way through the weekend. Tye, Humphreys, Gurney, Heron, Lockett, Craig Evans in the top 6 at the moment from Chase Sharp, and the new boy, Riley Price, who is battling away. Then it's Lily Jeffs, support from home from Robin Hales. Come on, Lily, race like the wind. If you have a message for your favourite driver, do please send us the message on the birelART UK Series Facebook page, and we will get those messages out to them. So a really exciting battle for the drivers as they continue to battle away, and We're going to see some absolutely fantastic racing over the course of proceedings. One of the names missing this weekend from the cadets, of course, unfortunately, is Hudson Cross, who is watching from his holidays in Mallorca. And they're wishing Josh Turnbull good luck out there. He's currently in the top 12, 1.7 seconds off pole position. So good to see the battles going on. And great to see some fantastic racers out there doing a really, really good job in their qualifying session. They've got 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session, but still working very hard indeed. This is going to be a really tough battle for the drivers out there. You're just watching Lily Jeffs and driver just in behind her, the new boy, Riley Price, who is making his debut in the championship this weekend, and he has already started to show amazing turns of pace. He's got some really exciting prospects in this weekend. The rookie driver doing a fantastic job this weekend, and with support from home as well, having raced in various championships in cadets over the last couple of seasons. Riley Price comes to us as a new face in the championship, and you can bet that he's going to be wanting to be fast out of the blocks, and he's already in the top 10, just 1.2 away from pole position. The quality of the cadets' new faces this year has been absolutely astonishing. Last year, you could count the cadets from the front to the back in about 6 seconds. This year, it's around 2 seconds, which is absolutely amazing. Jake Bell, the only one really struggling to get up to speed, but then yesterday's testing for him was apparently compromised, so he's still only 3 seconds away considering, and it's great to see the quality of the field that we have here in the cadets in 2018. Archie Heron, by the way, has just leapt up into the top 3, 0.7 off the pace. But as we expected this weekend, it's that man, Charlie Humphreys, and Nathan Tye, who are battling away for supremacy in pole position. But Jamie Gurney, the 63, is very close. And Archie Heron is learning so much by running around with them. He's in 3rd position. So watching these 3 go around the circuit, these are the guys battling away for the first 2 rows of the starting grid. So we've got 3 minutes left of this qualifying session. There's only actually 3 drivers on this grid, Nathan Tye, Charlie Humphreys and Jamie Gurney, who have come to the championship by not applying themselves in the birelART Academy. Now, the birelART Academy is for young drivers getting into the sport of karting for the first time. 10 of the 13 drivers on the starting grid have done so. Basically, the birelART Academy runs on the Saturday morning before each event. They turn up at 9 o'clock in the morning and they get driver tuition, driver training. Then they'll go out for a couple of sessions and learn the circuit and get up to speed. And at the end of a successful completion of the birelART Academy on the Saturday morning, they can then opt to continue testing on the Saturday in the 6 time sessions through the course of the day. And if they are still enjoying it, if they still feel I can do this, then the next day they can turn up and take part in their first race. And several drivers on this grid, as I say, 10 out of 13 of them have done just that on this particular grid. And there's a few drivers who are lined up to compete at the next 3 rounds of the championship at Hooton Park in September, at Shennington in October, and then of course the season finale, as it always is in the birelART UK Series paddock, at Wilton Mill at the end of the season. If you're watching along and thinking, well, my son or daughter's a pretty good kart racer, they could handle this, no problem, then get onto the website, birelART UK Series. There are still places available for the 3 final rounds of the championship at Hooton Park in Merseyside, at Shennington in Northamptonshire, and of course very similarly as well for Wilton Mill, the final round of the championship in November. There's plenty of spaces available. If you're thinking your driver would need a little bit of training to get ready for a 2019 campaign, those last 3 weekends of the championship could be just what you're looking for. And it's going to be really exciting to see how they develop over those last 3 weekends. Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphreys battling away for pole position. Archie Heron is only a couple of hundredths of a second off Charlie Humphreys' pace now. This is the weekend where we think we may get our first rookie podium finisher of the season, because we've got so many top talents towards the sharp end. Archie Heron, Craig Evans and Jamie Scott in particular very quick. Lily Jeffs is getting faster and faster all the time. And Riley Price is down to just 1.4 seconds away now. So Riley Price doing a great job on his debut. Chase Sharp, Ali Hussein, Josh Turnbull and Jake Bell still all in the mix, still putting on a good show. This is going to be a really, really exciting battle for the birelART UK cadets. We've had a message from back home in Milton Keynes from Aidan Hassan, who is watching and absolutely missing the racing like crazy here at Glan Y Gors Park. He was one of the drivers who was expected to do very well here. Good luck all, missing you, Aidan Hassan. And that's come from Gemma, Aidan's mother, who is there at Milton Keynes watching along, rather frustrated, but I hope the prom was worth it on Friday night, Aidan. I'm sure it was. The drivers are coming to the end of their qualifying session in what's going to prove to be a very exciting start to the weekend. Nathan Tighe definitely has the pace in the early stages. 4/10 of a second clear, but racing is going to be very different as the checkered flag now comes down on the far side of the circuit, then onto the main straight. Jamie Gurney coming through, trying to make a last improvement, only 0.06 of a second behind Archie Heron. So Archie Heron will start from 3rd position. He is the highest rookie on the starting grid in 2018. That is a really exciting move from Archie Heron to get himself not only into the top 6, but onto the 2nd row of the grid. Craig Evans is there in 5th place. Callum Lockett is still looking very good for a podium this weekend in 6th position. And then we have Jamie Scott, Lily Jeffs, Riley Price in a brilliant 9th place, Chase Sharp, Ali Hussein, Josh Turnbull, and Jake Bell, with Nathan Tighe and Charlie Humphries, of course, occupying the front row, as we expected them to do so. This is going to be a very entertaining race for definite, as Nathan Tighe and Charlie Humphries will go to battle from that front row of the grid. But Nathan Tighe continuing his form here this weekend at Glan Y Gors as the fastest driver of the weekend. But the qualifying session comes to an end then in the cadets, and it's all looking very neat and tidy from their point of view as we get ourselves ready to move on to one of the more competitive classes, or the qualifying session at least, and that's going to be the juniors. And I genuinely don't know who's going to get pole position there. So with the excitement reaching fever pitch down in the holding area, the cadet drivers are making their way forward, and there's several faces that you need to keep an eye on at the front end of the field here, particularly the 2 top rookies in the top 6, Archie Heron and Craig Evans, who've been trading victories in the novices contingent this season. But now they are ready to go to battle, with one of them potentially able to get to the overall podium this weekend. Archie Heron certainly 3rd fastest in qualifying, with Craig Evans only a whisker behind him. These guys are having a great battle for supremacy in the 2018 season. There is Archie Heron, the 59, as he battles away in qualifying. He has done a fantastic job to get himself 3rd position. And obviously Archie, with a lot of fans back home, keeping an eye on him. Pole position though, it's still high five and Hansen. Nathan Tighe having a good weekend and obviously having a great season as he has taken the lead of the championship. Big news story though is that his main rival Oakley Keatley for the 2018 championship is not racing due to breaking his collarbone here 2 weeks ago on this very circuit. Aidan Hassan has had a similar befalling him on the Friday, just before this weekend, when he sadly has broken his arm at school. So unfortunately he has not been able to get here racing this weekend, but we will see both of them back, I'm sure, at Hooton Park. The opportunity then falls to that man, Charlie Humphries, in the number 6, to gain some ground in the championship fight. And I have a feeling that the number 63, Jamie Gurney, is going to use this opportunity to move forward as well. He's been dangerously close to the top spot for the other competitors' liking over the last few weekends. The start of the season was a tough one for him, but in the last couple of meetings, he's found his mojo and got himself back up to the speed once more. So Jamie Gurney, for me, is definitely a threat for victory today. Not just once, but 2 or 3 times. Charlie Humphries in front of him on the grid, the number 6. Race winner last year, of course, don't forget, so he knows how to get the job done. He was 6th in last year's championship. He's now battling for the title effectively in 2018, and I can see at least a minimum of a runner-up spot for Charlie Humphries in 2018 if the results keep coming. But he's got to beat that man today if he wants to get closer to the top spot. Nathan Tighe, tiny dancer as we know him. He's going to have a very interesting day at the office if he can hold on to the supremacy here in the lead. He's been fastest in each of the time sessions yesterday that he competed in and in qualifying this morning, but All he has to do is ask Oakley Keatley how dramatically a weekend can change. Last time, not last time, the time before that at Fullbeck in qualifying session, of course, Oakley Keatley was looking for pole position and then had a breakdown on that qualifying lap. So we have no idea how this weekend is going to go. If all goes according to plan, then Nathan Tighe could well be looking at 3 race victories. But he's got to do the hard work, and he's got to hope that this cart breaker of a circuit that is Glan Y Gors Park, they have set the cart up beautifully. And to be fair, so far so good. Watching the karts through that first corner though, I've watched every single one of the cadets fly through, and the back end of the karts in particular takes such a punishment going through that first corner. It takes a really good mechanic to keep on top of the things as they are developing over the course of the weekend. And so far we haven't seen any major breakdowns from the cadets this weekend, and we're rather hoping it stays that way going into the races themselves. But the grid is now set and the drivers are ready to go. So let's talk you through the first heat of the weekend on the cadet grid. Nathan Tighe and Charlie Humphreys on that front row of the starting grid, both in the 49s. Excuse me, both in the 49s in their qualifying session. Archie Heron and Jamie Gurney lining up together on that second row of the grid, with Craig Evans, another of the top rookies, alongside Callum Lockett, who looks like this could be his breakthrough weekend, permanently at the front end. Jamie Scott and Lily Jeffs are together there on the fourth row of the starting grid, with the new boy, Riley Price, right up in the top 10 at his first time of asking, alongside the very talented young star, Chase Sharp. Then we have Ali Hussein making ground up on his first visit to Glan Y Gors Park, with Josh Turnbull beside him, and then Jake Bell still making good progress in his maiden season in the birelART UK Series. So some great drivers in this field, and that battle to the first corner is going to be very intense between Nathan Tighe and Charlie Humphreys. The advantage of a Tighe is that he holds the inside line, courtesy of pole position, so it should be fairly straightforward off the start. But Charlie Humphreys is one of those drivers who can pull an overtake out of thin air, so he knows how to get one over on Nathan Tighe. This will be a great little battle, but keep an eye on the 4 or 5 drivers just behind them. This could be a really exciting battle for the first race of the weekend between the likes of Heron, Gurney, Evans, Lockett, and of course Scott and Jeffs as well. They're all very tightly close together. This could be a really exciting battle. And if it continues to get intense, then some of the drivers lower down are going to have a better crack at things. There's Andy Cox just getting himself into position on the dummy grid, making sure all of the drivers are tickety-boo and ready for action. 9 races over the course of today here in the birelART Cadets Championship, and of course lots of support for drivers at home, including of course for the newbie on the grid, Riley Price. Helen Godby wishing him well in his first weekend in the 2018 Championship. Good old grandma, always watching. So the drivers are ready for action as the battle is set to get underway for the first of 9 races today, the first of 3 for the cadets. And this particular battle, quite unpredictable in the midfield for definite, because there's so many rookies in this class who are all getting quicker and quicker by the race. And now they've had the curveball of Riley Price coming in, first time of asking and being right in the middle of them. So clearly his talents are definitely on the rise. And plenty of opportunities for drivers still to get on the starting grid in the 2018 season. There are 3 rounds to go. The first round of the championship, the first round of that is the first weekend of September at Hooton Park in Merseyside, just 10 minutes down the road from my humble abode as it happens. Then we have the final 2 rounds of the championship at Shennington, the Monza of British karting, if you will, and then the finale in Northamptonshire, just down the road from Silverstone at Wilton Mill. Those are the 3 rounds of the championship still to come. If you think that your youngster might be absolutely suited to this championship down to the ground, then get on to our website, birelART UK Series. There are still places available for the Academy, which runs on the Saturday morning of each race weekend at 9 o'clock. Maybe your youngster could be on this grid next time out. Here they go, out onto the circuit for their rolling lap for the first heat of the weekend. There's something about this Glan Y Gors Park circuit. It always delivers great action. A couple of the drivers in the field were out here a couple of weeks ago getting some racing in another championship, but this is the birelART UK Series. It's incredibly tight. Everybody's on equal equipment, and it comes down to driver skill. So Nathan Tighe leads them round on their formation lap. The drivers will get themselves underway as they come through and up the hill. Nathan Tighe will slow them up, and they will start their run to the starting grid, and this is going to be a really exciting charge forward. Looks like they're going to do 2 laps around the circuit before they get themselves underway of racing. So they will do 2 tours of the Glan Y Gors Park circuit. Nathan Tye looking to extend his very slim lead in the championship with an opportunity here. His main rival, Oakley Keatley, is watching on the sidelines, cheering him on because they are very good mates, those two. But obviously the frustration will be palpable as Oakley Keatley will have to drop the Glan Y Gors Park round of the championship from his scores. And it'll be interesting to see how his rival and his good mate goes out on the circuit as they battle away. But the big one he needs to keep an eye on here, Nathan Tye, is Charlie Humphries. For an absolute definite, he will be the one pushing him to the limit across this weekend. And Charlie Humphries is one of those drivers who is very, very good at finding an overtaking move or two that the others weren't expecting. So they need to be getting themselves into their grid positions, and it's taking rather a long time to slow them up. I think Nathan Tye has actually taken a long time to get them gridded. Yes, he has, so they're going to have to go round again. And I think actually that was a little bit of over-eagerness for Nathan Tye. He took a long time to start forming them up, and as a result, some of the drivers towards the back were not in position in time. So now he's got to do it all over again. And do remember, Nathan, that it's rolling starts. You've done this quite a few times now, and you do need to make sure that the grid is all well formed. So now they are going to do so. They're going to go down the hill this time into position. So the drivers are now neatly in line in the 2 rows. And obviously when they come off that final turn, they need to be very, very slow as they come off the turn. And then when the lights go out, they can start racing through that first corner. So the battles are going to be raging around the circuit. Great to see so many of these youngsters who, of course, last night watched their dads and their mechanics racing yesterday, who have got plenty of stories to tell on social media about how they're better than their offspring and all of that rubbish. It's all lies, of course, as they get themselves into position around the circuit. They are now going to be coming off of the compression complex at the top end of the circuit. This is the very twisty, tricky part of the course where you have got to be, as a racing driver, ridiculously patient because it's such a tough part of the circuit. You've got to be so slow through this part of the course and basically bring the kart to a stop on the throttle and then chuck it in and hope that the momentum of the kart will give you enough track position to get you set up for the next charge through the final few corners. Basically, at this point, you can be flat on the throttle all the way round to the top of the hill if you get the line right. The drivers are coming out of that final turn. They need to be line astern in position. And are we racing? I think we are this time. Yes, indeed. And it's a cracking start from the front for Nathan Tye. Archie Heron trying to get on the inside of Charlie Humphries as they go up the hill. No problem at all off the start. That's a clean getaway. And already it's Nathan Tye from Charlie Humphries as they come up through Spoon. This is going to be a really interesting run as they come up the top of the hill. And now they are through that long flowing hairpin section. But it's no change at all at the front end. Up into 4th position has still come Jamie Gurney. Up to 5th has come Callum Lockett, has made the move on Craig Evans. Lily Jeffs has got a cracking start as well and has taken on Jamie Scott. So a really exciting start to proceedings at the moment through in the cadets as they charge their way forward. Through the compression complex and down the hill. Nathan Tye still leading at the moment from Charlie Humphries. The gap is slowly starting to open up though as Archie Heron defends from Jamie Gurney. They come off the final turn and complete lap 1. No problems, no drama. Through turn 1. Archie Heron now trying to break the toe of Jamie Gurney and get on the tail of Charlie Humphries in the bid for 2nd position, but Jamie Gurney giving Heron all sorts of problems up the hill as they go sweeping through that flat out right-hander. And into Spoon Curve, that is Gurney up the inside of Heron and takes 3rd position. Good move from Gurney, and that's opened the floodgates. Evans looks like he's going to try and come up the inside of Lockett and gets into 5th position. So Gurney is through into 3rd place. He will now be charging after Charlie Humphries. So it's Tye, Humphries, Gurney, Heron, Evans and Lockett as they battle away for position now for 4th place. It's Heron, Evans and Lockett sliding around as Evans has a move up the inside of Heron and that compromises Lockett on the exit. Nothing really Callum can do about that one as Jamie Scott has made his way back into 7th position too. As he comes through, he's made up a place. Lily Jeffs is still there trying to shake off Chase Sharp. No, sorry, that's Ali Hussein who's there in position. So Ali Hussein has moved up quite a few places actually. And then we've got the 31, Riley Price, going very well in 10th position at the moment from Josh Turnbull, Chase Sharp and Jake Bell, who is not far away from the back of the field. So Charlie Humphries in 2nd position, trying to shake off Jamie Gurney. It's still these 3 battling away for 4th place. Heron, Evans and Callum Lockett having a great scrap for position. Really great to see Callum Lockett at the front end on merit. He was one of the He was one of the hardest working rookies last year, had a lot of ground to make up, but yesterday in practice he was second fastest of all in one of the timed sessions. So Lockett is definitely making good progress in 2018, and good to see him fighting his corner for the front end of the field on merit and regularly. So they come through and up the top of the hill. There might be a move for second place. Jamie Gurney's got Charlie Humphreys lined up. Is there going to be a switch for position? No, Humphreys defends beautifully as they come up towards the spoon curve once again. No problems at all there on the far side. So a great start to proceedings as far as they're concerned, but Nathan Tye is jogging away out front. Charlie Humphreys in second from Jamie Gurney. Heron, Evans and Lockett are still battling for supremacy in fourth, fifth and sixth. So up the top of the hill they come, and the Cadets are still having a great race, but Charlie Humphreys is hanging on to second place by a thread at the moment. Jamie Gurney giving him lots of pressure as they drop through the compression complex. Humphreys a little bit wide through the right-hander, and this could give Gurney a nice setup to go for the move. He's going to have to wait till the top of the hill for his chance, but if he lines up Humphreys, he's got a chance. Mechanical flag has come out. Now the mechanical flag has come out. Who is that? Who has that gone to? I didn't see which number it was, unfortunately. But the mechanical flag has gone out to somebody there out on the top end of the circuit, as again Humphreys is having to defend. So I want to see who it was. Oh, it's the 98 that's got a problem. It's Craig Evans as up the inside. Gurney's going to try and make the move for second, hasn't made it stick. But Craig Evans apparently has been given the mechanical flag. So something is wrong on the 98. That is devastating bad luck for Craig Evans in the first race of the weekend. So Craig Evans in the mix for fourth position. He's got his hand in the air. He knows he's got a problem. Oh, he's had a difficulty with his nose. It's falling off the cart. That's what the problem is, as Craig Evans comes into the pits. So unfortunately, Evans is going to fall to the back of the field at best. If not, he's going to be out of the first race. And that's a real shame for Craig Evans. He's worked very hard over the course of this weekend. So the racing continues up the top of the hill. Jamie Gurney trying to get up the inside of Charlie Humphreys and has not done it. And these two are still battling away. And this is giving Archie Heron a great crack at them now for the podium spot. Humphreys and Gurney still tussling for second place. Nathan Tye's just taking it easy out in front. But Archie Heron is getting closer and closer to these two as they drop down through the compression complex, through the triple right and then into the left. Cart drops down. You've got to be so patient through the next right and then get back on the power midway through. Then you can hold the power all the way round this section of the circuit onto the main straight and then up the hill once more. Gurney's got Humphreys well lined up. Humphreys moves right off the racing line in the hope that Gurney will be shaken off, and Heron's going for it as well. Lockett is in there. Meanwhile, we've got Jamie Scott and Ali Hussein further back battling away for position as they go up the hill together, these three, and Humphreys again defends the inside line. He's well aware that second place might be all he can hope for in this one. Down the hill, in through the long flowing left-hand hairpin as they come back up to the compression complex once again. Archie Heron climbing all over the back of Jamie Gurney as they come through one more time. Really exciting racing from the Cadets in the early stages. Nathan Tye, a couple of corners ahead of them, just controlling his pace, not pushing too hard, doesn't want to overwork the car. So Nathan Tye's just getting on with the job. Humphreys and Gurney battling away with Heron right underneath them, and Callum Lockett's not a million miles back. Next up on the road, I think there's been a change actually, because it looks to me as though Jamie Scott has fallen back. Next on the road is Riley Price. Riley Price is the next one on the road. Something must have happened to Jamie Scott and Lily Jeffs. They are a little way back. Jamie Scott is now in there in front of Jake Bell. Oh no, sorry, that's Ali Hussein who's fallen away to the back. So it looks as though Bell and Hussein have had an incident somewhere, and that's promoted Riley Price up into 6th position on his debut. What a race this is for Riley Price. Top 6 on his debut would be an amazing result, and he is absolutely flying out there. A minute and a half left of the race, although of course it is an 8-lap encounter by the time they're all done and dusted. It might even be a 9-lap thinking about it. Jamie Gurney still swarming all over the back of Charlie Humphreys as he goes for second position. Behind them is Archie Heron. Heron's lining them up. Heron could get past both of them if he times this right. He's up on the inside of Gurney. He's not quite close enough to make the move. Humphreys defending like crazy to that inside line as he darts back across, covers the inside line in the braking zone once again. As they drop down the hill, this could be a very tight battle for the last 2 places on the podium. The victory looks well and truly sealed by Tye up front, but for second place, it's still anybody's guess. Humphreys, Gurney and Heron with Callum Lockett ready to pick up the pieces if there is any shenanigans. So this could be a really exciting end to the first race of the weekend. Second place is still Humphreys, but Gurney and Heron are right there. Callum Lockett's just keeping a watching brief. He's not getting too close to them, just in case there is some problems. But as they come off the turn, there is 30 seconds to go, and that is time and 1 lap. So this race is going to be 11 laps long. We're on the 10th. This is going to be quite an exciting battle all the way to the finish. Humphreys is still hanging on. Gurney's going to try and come round the far side. Heron might cut across and move up into the top 3. This is brilliant battling. Humphreys, Gurney and Heron having a sensational scrap over second place. Callum Lockett's doing the very sensible thing here, just sitting there and watching brief, but Jamie Gurney's gone the move. Jamie Gurney goes up the inside and takes the move through the left-hander. Jamie Gurney up in a second position. Brilliant, bold move there, and that's compromised Humphreys' big star. Archie Heron's now having a look. So maybe there's a chance for Heron to become the first rookie driver this year to finish in the top 3 of a race in 2018's birelART UK Series Cadet Grid. Last lap, here they go. So Humphreys is trying to come back at Jamie Gurney, and to be fair to him, he's got an amazing line off the final couple of corners. Going back up the hill, Gurney's going to have to be nailed to that inside line. They fly through the first apex, now up to the braking zone. Can Gurney hang on in front of Humphreys? Humphreys is going to have another try. They're going to have to wait till the drop down the hill. Heron is still right there for 4th position, but there's no way through for Humphreys at the moment. It's going to need to be a mistake from Jamie Gurney that costs him 2nd place at the moment. Out in front, though, it is going to be Nathan Tye as he drops down through Devil's Elbow for the last time into the final turn. Nathan Tye is going to get the victory. Checkered flag flies, and Nathan Tye is absolutely delighted out front. 2nd place, it is going to be Jamie Gurney who hangs on in front of Charlie Humphreys and Archie Heron. Great run. Callum Lockett in 5th position, but look back. It's going to be the novice, Riley Price, who just about is going to hang on here in front of 3 drivers who've been there for 4 weekends more. Riley Price is 6th on his debut. What a race. Josh Turnbull's 7th from Chase Sharp and Lily Jeffs. Great racing from the 4 of them. Scott fights his way back to 10th place in the end. Ali Hussein to 11th and Jake Bell to 12th. But what a result for the new boy, Riley Price. 6th position on his debut in the championship. The 2nd rookie home. That is an amazing result for Riley Price. And a brilliant start to his birelART UK Series Cadet campaign. But Nathan Tye, unbeatable at the front of the field in 2018's weekend here at Glan Y Gors Park thus far. 2 more races like that, it should be nice and easy. What a race for Riley Price, though. 6th position on his debut. That is amazing in anybody's book. A great little drive there. So the cadets come to a finish. It is Nathan Tye who gets the victory after an absolutely brilliant race. Jamie Gurney in 2nd position in front of Charlie Humphreys, with Archie Heron in 4th, Callum Lockett in 5th place, and Riley Price in the top 6 from Josh Turnbull, Chase Sharp, Lily Jeffs and Jamie Scott, with Ali Hussein and Jake Bell finishing off in a good performance there, with Craig Evans finishing up, unfortunately, out of the race with a technical problem. So here's your result then from the birelART Cadets 60 grid, once again confirmed. Nathan Tye finishing 8 seconds up the road in the end from Jamie Gurney and Charlie Humphreys, battling away for 2nd place, with Archie Heron in 4th, Callum Lockett in 5th position, and then Riley Price in the top 6 in his first ever race in the championship. Josh Turnbull in a brilliant 7th ahead of Chase Sharp, both of them making good progress, with Lily Jeffs ahead of Jamie Scott in the top 10, Ali Hussein fighting his way back to 11th in front of Jake Bell, and rather sadly, Craig Evans failing to finish the race after a technical problem saw him getting the mechanical flag. But what a great race that was for the cadets to get us started, and a great result for Riley Price in his first ever race in the championship. Good to see, and always really excited to see that driver skill really does put itself in a premium in this championship when you've got so many drivers out there in the same equipment, the same tyres, the same engines, built and maintained and serviced in the birelART factory. Great to see such fantastic racing from the cadets. The juniors are next, and I genuinely don't know how that one is going to go. Welcome back to the action at Glan Y Gors Park. It is the 5th round of the 2018 birelART UK Series. The Cadets are heading out onto the circuit for their pre-final after a thrilling first race encounter that saw Nathan Tighe take the top step of the podium in that first race. We are now getting ready for the second of our 3 races in each of our 3 classes, beginning as we are with the Cadets. Let's talk you through the starting grid for this second race of the day. It will see Nathan Tighe on the front of the starting grid from pole position. Alongside him on that front row will be Jamie Gurney, with Charlie Humphreys in 3rd position from the starting grid in front of Archie Heron. Callum Lockett and the new boy Riley Price will be there in that top 6. Really exciting to see these drivers as they battle away for position from the get-go. And the Cadets will be very close encounters in the midfield, as they have been, of course, in the first race. Great to see the new boys moving their way further forward. Live, of course, via the Alpha Live Productions team, via the birelART UK Series Facebook page, as well as on Downforce UK and Karting Magazine as well. So all of those people watching, no matter which stream you're on, you can see the action as it happens. Nathan Tighe and Jamie Gurney on the front row of the starting grid, with Charlie Humphreys and Archie Heron on the 2nd row. The 3rd row taken up once again by Callum Lockett and this time Riley Price in the 6th position slot, having taken his 6th place finish in his first ever race in the birelART UK Cadets. 7th and 8th on the grid, it's Josh Turnbull and Chase Sharp, being caught as they will be by Lily Jeffs and Ali Hussein, with the 3 drivers in behind chasing after them as they come out of that final couple of turns. Jake Bell, Craig Evans and Jamie Scott. They come out of the final turn, and we're getting ready to go racing for the 2nd time today. And the race is underway. They're going to go around one more time, we're told, because that's not been the greatest of starts from their point of view. So the drivers will take one more tour around this stunning Glan Y Gors Park circuit in the heart of the Denbighshire countryside here in North Wales, in the shade of the valleys, all the way across out to the top of the hills. Beautiful scenery here at Glan Y Gors Park, and it is the longest circuit in Great British karting. And what a fantastic trio of races we've already had. In the midfield in particular, it's been very close in the Cadets. One man has been able to march away in the first race, and that was Nathan Tighe Jr., who got himself out in front in a fine performance in kart number 5, and has held a very strong lead all the way through the weekend. Every session he's gone out, he's been at the top end of the field. So he's hoping to just continue that form and keep it rolling through to the 2nd and 3rd races of the weekend. But Jamie Gurney alongside him, if he gets a good start, could throw a bit of a spanner into the works here. It's all about the start, this one, for the guys at the front end of the field. If they can get in there with Nathan Tighe at the start on this first lap and start to make progress, then there is a very good chance from that point onwards that there's going to be some really exciting racing in this second one. The one thing they don't want to do is allow Nathan Tighe that whiff of a gap that he got in the first lap of the first race, because then he was just able to march away and get the pace up. But out of the final turn, it looks as though it's going to be business as usual, as away we go, and it's a good start from Tighe, who moves across on Gurney. Gurney has to get off the throttle, and Nathan Tighe, perfect start as he takes the lead as they go up the hill towards Spoon Curve. Jamie Gurney slotting into 2nd place. He's still right there, though, behind Nathan Tighe, so this could be a big lunge for the lead already as Jamie Gurney tries to get on the inside of Nathan Tighe in the braking zone. Not close enough to make the lunge. Charlie Humphreys still there in P3. Nathan Tighe's on the defensive down the hill. He almost thought there that Jamie Gurney was going to make an early attack. 4th position still Archie Heron in front of Callum Lockett as they go back up the hill. An opportunity to see these guys start to make progress. Riley Price still in there in the top 6 in this first lap as Jamie Scott tries to make a move on Jake Bell. As they drop down through the compression complex once again, it is a great run for Nathan Tighe as he holds the advantage here at Glan Y Gors. They come off the final turn over the start-finish line, and Nathan Tighe still leading the way in front of Jamie Gurney and Charlie Humphreys. Humphreys is going to try and make a move up the hill. Archie Heron chasing him down. Callum Lockett there in 5th position. Charlie Humphreys is going to go and make the move on the inside of Jamie Gurney. Oh, got squeezed on the way up the hill, so no chance of coming through there. As now Archie Heron is trying to hold off Callum Lockett in their battle for 4th position. Down the hill, no problems at the moment for Nathan Tighe in the lead, ahead of Jamie Gurney by half a second at the end of that last lap. Charlie Humphreys is in 3rd from Heron and Lockett, with Riley Price still in 6th from Turnbull, Hussein, Sharp, Jeffs, Evans, Bell and Scott. Good start to the race then for the drivers in the midfield behind this top 5. Riley Price is still the man at the front of the queue. He's getting on with this in his birelART UK Cadet debut. They come into that first flying right-hander. No problems at all there as the battle continues between Turnbull and Hussein further back. Chase Sharp is holding off the hard-charging Craig Evans. Evans is fighting his way forward if he can. Tries to get a move up the inside. Not going to be able to get through there, so he's got to make up as much progress as he can in the early stages of this race. But Jamie Gurney still hanging on in front of Charlie Humphries, and again, Nathan Tye is getting away out front. Humphries is going to try and make that move at the inside of Gurney. Not close enough to dive on the inside and can't quite make the place. Archie Heron now with an opportunity to tuck up to the inside and make that move for third place. But for the moment, Jamie Gurney is holding that inside line through the compression complex as they go left and down the drop of the right, keeping the cart nice and stable. They want a good exit as they come off the turn into that final corner. All going very well at the moment as they continue to battle away for position. So great racing as they continue to charge up the hill. Is there going to be a move here from Charlie Humphries to get on the inside of Gurney? No, he's going to send round the outside, try and switch back and get up the inside into the next right-hander. Not going to happen. Jamie Gurney's holding onto that inside line very well indeed. He's now going to try and get the switch back through to the inside. Drawing level. Can he break a little bit later? He's going to have a look. No. Good work from Jamie Gurney to hang on to the position. Archie Heron still there in P4. So basically this battle is resuming where it left off at the end of the last race, with Nathan Tye stretching out the gap in front of Gurney, Humphries and Heron, with Callum Lockett there in 5th position and Riley Price now down to 7th position, I should point out, because it looks to me as though Josh Turnbull has got through into that P6 spot. But Josh Turnbull has really stepped up a game a little bit here as he gets into 6th position. Now Riley Price trying to hang on in front of Ali Hussein. Hussein's going to make the move up the hill. Meanwhile, Gurney's swarming around in front of Charlie Humphries, trying to keep him back. And still, they hang on to each other. Trying to look at the gap a little bit further back because there's a good squabble of carts further back as they battle away for position behind the top 5. As they go down the hill, we've got the 6th and 7th places being contested, and it looks to me as though both Ali Hussein and now Craig Evans have got past Riley Price. So Hussein into 7th, Evans into 8th, and Price into 9th for the moment at least. There's still a long way to go. Longer race this one than the previous one as Nathan Tye continues to control the pace out front, not breaking into a sweat, not pushing himself too hard, as Gurney in 2nd, 3rd is Humphries, 4th is Archie Heron. Heron going up the hill once again, trying to get onto the tail of Charlie Humphries. Callum Lockett still there in 5th position as Humphries again has a sweep back on Jamie Gurney. Can he make a move on the inside? He's trying his best, but Gurney's leaving no doubt and no gap way through at the moment on the inside line. Jake Bell's being caught by Jamie Scott in the tail end Charlies at the moment. They continue to battle. Jamie Gurney still in 2nd position. 3rd is Charlie Humphries. He's got a little bit of a gap. Oh, Jamie Gurney nearly left him room enough to get through there into 2nd place. So Gurney still holding up this train at the moment, this trio of carts. And that's Ali Hussein. Ali Hussein has spun off at the top of the hill, unfortunately. So Ali Hussein trying to work his way further forward has come to a stop at the top of the hill. Can he get going again? That's really the key question there, because he's off on the far side of the circuit, but he's actually on the racetrack. Yellow flags wave frantically as Hussein tries to get going once more, and Nathan Tye sweeps past. Now Hussein has got the cart going again, but he has now been lapped by the leaders. So Charlie Humphries trying to get past Jamie Gurney. Still not able to. Archie Heron right there in 4th position, waiting for a moment to pounce. Nathan Tye not impeded by Ali Hussein recovering. And still they battle on. A real shame for Ali Hussein because he had worked his way up into 6th position at that point. But having made his way there, just made a little mistake at the top of the hill by the look of it. And that was all it took really for the position to be spun away. Still these 3. Jamie Gurney in front of Charlie Humphries and Archie Heron. Is Humphries going to get a good run this time on Jamie Gurney? They're going to get side by side. Archie Heron's going to go with him. Surely this is the best chance yet for Humphries to break in a 2nd, and he's done it. Jamie Gurney has to tuck back into 3rd position. Heron might get an opportunity to go through on the inside as well, but he's not close enough. Now Jamie Gurney's going to try and get him back. This tussle for 2nd position, definitely the highlight of this class at the moment. As Charlie Humphries, having got himself back into that 2nd position, well and truly deserved at this moment in time. Jamie Gurney still right there in 3rd, trying to make a lunge to come back, but Archie Heron looks like he could get on the top 3 this weekend as well. Still pushing hard with these 2. Charlie Humphries and Jamie Gurney still battling away. Callum Lockett behind this three in 5th position still. Craig Evans having worked his way back into 6th position as Heron is now getting onto the back of Jamie Gurney, trying to make his way through. He's got a good run off the final turn. Gurney moves to cover and gets back into the slipstream of Charlie Humphries. So now we're getting a good battle between these three for 2nd position. Callum Lockett's still there if needed, and Charlie Humphries defends beautifully to the inside of the spoon curve. No major problems at the moment for the 6, hanging on to this 2nd place in front of Gurney, who's going to try and squeeze up the inside. Gurney's committing to the move. Oh, that was a late lunge, and now Archie Heron's got a good run off the turn. He might be able to get into 3rd position. Good defensive driving from Jamie Gurney once he knew the move wasn't going to happen, but it's still very, very tight between these three in their fight for 2nd position. Nathan Tye still your race leader as he comes over the finish line. These three still squabbling away. So as they come through one more time, Charlie Humphries still in front of Jamie Gurney. The gap has opened up to 6.8 seconds. As again, Jamie Gurney and Archie Heron are working together here to try and get one over on Charlie Humphries. Humphries is gesturing to Jamie Gurney behind him. Come on, work with me. We can go and catch Nathan Tye. Jamie Gurney basically saying, I don't think so, mate. We're fighting for 2nd. Archie Heron still right on the back of Jamie Gurney. Every time Humphries makes a move to block to cover Jamie Gurney, Heron gets an opportunity to get closer still. If these three keep battling, Callum Lockett's going to be right there, and don't forget that Craig Evans is in 6th position at the moment, waiting for a chance. Still very close between these three. Charlie Humphries in 2nd, Jamie Gurney now in 3rd, 4th is Heron. Make that 4 carts very close together because Callum Lockett's right in there for 5th position. And still has a chance to make the podium himself this weekend. Charlie Humphries defending valiantly. Here comes Heron on the back of Jamie Gurney. They're working their way up the hill together. But Heron looks to the left side of Gurney in the hope that he can switch across. Callum Lockett's still right there in 5th position, hoping to come through. This is good defensive driving from Charlie Humphries. He's making sure that Jamie Gurney's having to work 9 to the dozen to get any whiff of a gap to come through. This is just allowing Nathan Tye Jr. a clean run. He can see everyone around him as he goes through the other side of the compression complex. He's already there by the time they start to make their climb up towards it. Nathan Tye across the line now into his 12th lap, sorry. And these 4 still scrapping away for the 2nd and 3rd spots on the podium. This is going to be the race of the weekend for the cadets, isn't it? Nathan out in front and these guys battling away over 2nd and 3rd positions. Here comes Lockett. Lockett's got a good run there on Archie Heron. As they go up the hill, Gurney's got a good run on Humphries as well as these 4 squabble away for 2nd place. No change at the moment as Humphries goes deep into the turn, gets a good exit and moves to cover that inside line once more. Gurney's got Heron and Lockett breathing down his neck as they go through the hairpin, the left-hander. Still very close indeed between these 4 and still nobody willing to go for that ultimate banzai move. There's still time to kill in this one. In fact, as Nathan Tye comes across the line with 5 seconds left, they will have 2 laps left of this as Lockett again attacks Archie Heron, trying to come through into P4. Up the inside, Jamie Gurney, the final turn and up on the curb and gets it caught into there by 58 Archie Heron. Gurney comes back on the track, Lockett gets out of the throttle and goes through past Jamie Gurney. That was Gurney making a lunge into the inside of Humphries and up on the curbs he goes. We're going to need to see that one again as Gurney just thought he had a move on the inside line. See, he had a good run off the turn, dives for the inside. Humphries was already turning in at his normal line. Up on the curb went Gurney, and that's what caused it all. Heron drove into him, nothing he could do. Lockett had to slam on the brakes to avoid going into the back of Archie Heron. So for Nathan Tye, out in front, he's got an absolutely unchallenged run to the victory, and it's even bigger now than it was before. But what this means now as we go into the last lap is that we're going to have a rookie in the top 3 for the first time in 2018, because in 2nd place is Humphries, and up to 3rd place now is Archie Heron. Well, it's been a long time coming. The 5th weekend of the championship, we've had the best crop of rookies in the Cadets Brigade in the birelART UK Series that we've seen for a long, long time. And it was only going to be a matter of time before one of our superb rookies got an overall top 3. Never mind a rookie victory. So So as Nathan Tye drops down the hill for the final time, it is an absolutely brilliant weekend for him. The number 5 is marching away in this second of 3 races as they come through. Nathan Tye is victorious for the second race in a row, and he's delighted by it. We look back for second place, it is Charlie Humphries this time after Jamie Gurney took second last time. Here comes Charlie Humphries into the final turn, but there's a massive celebration kicking up because Archie Heron is 3rd overall, the first rookie to break into the top 3 in 2018 in birelART UK Cadet. What a result for Archie Heron, only his 5th weekend in the championship, and that is a sensational drive. He kept out of trouble when things got hectic between Gurney and Humphries. He did what he needed to do to keep the rest of the field at bay as Chase Sharp and Lily Jeffs get very close over the line. But a great fight from Archie Heron. He worked so hard there to get into the top 3. He was patient, he saw an opportunity, even when Gurney was coming across the track to nudge him off the exit of that turn. He kept his head, and a beautiful bit of driving from Archie Heron today. Really good work to see him in the top 3 overall. There's your result. Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphries with Archie Heron in 3rd position. 4th place for Jamie Gurney in front of Callum Lockett and Craig Evans fighting back to 6th. That final is going to be an epic battle between those 5. Josh Turnbull in 7th place in front of Riley Price, who fought his way back. Chase Sharp and Lily Jeffs in the top 10 once again, from Jamie Scott, Jake Bell, and despite being lapped, Ali Hussein did come home to finish the race after his problems. So a great race then in the cadets and a fantastic run from Archie Heron. It's always good to see the new talent coming of age and getting a good result. And 3rd position in your first season of the birelART UK Cadets is a brilliant achievement, and well done to Archie Heron. Well and truly deserved that race. So now they've got to do it all again a little bit later on in the final. But that's a fantastic result and a really good bit of racing there from the cadets once more. We move on from the cadets to the juniors in the 100cc carts, with the battle well and truly joined again. So it's time to wrap up the cadet weekend with their final, and it's going to be a very interesting one. Can anybody beat Nathan Tye today as far as the number 5 is concerned? I don't think so. He's quite happy out in the front of the races at the moment. He's got good pace, the kart seems good, he's happy with where he currently is. So there's no major catastrophes at the moment for the drivers in position. So the drivers are neatly and tidily in position at the moment. And it looks like there's just a bit of a conversation there between Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphries, who will start this final from the front row of the grid. Just a reminder there from Andy Cox of how things go and where to put the kart. Although a lot of attention has been given to the man who finished 3rd position in that first race, Archie Heron, becoming the first rookie driver of 2018 to get into the top 3 for a birelART UK Series race in the 2018 season. Really good to see. 4th position, Jamie Gurney in the 63. And good to see him there on the 2nd row. On the 3rd row, it is going to be the 92, Callum Lockett, and the 98 of Craig Evans. Good to see them fighting their way through to the top 6. There's Charlie Humphries on the front row. Started the first race of the weekend on the front row, and obviously is there again for the final, with a 2nd place in the pre-final. So a couple of top 3 finishes for Humphries, a 3rd and a 2nd, definitely helping him out in terms of their points haul. Nathan Tye, nothing less than a victory will do as far as he's concerned this weekend. He wants to walk away with a clean sweep. So hopefully that's where things are going to be. But it's going to be a really exciting battle for this final race of the weekend for the cadets. And a really interesting battle for the drivers in this final encounter of the birelART UK Cadet Weekend. 13 drivers neatly in position. It is finals time, so let's talk you through the grid in full for the birelART Cadet Final here at Glan Y Gors Park in the gorgeous Denbighshire sunshine as we get ourselves ready for action in this last race of the weekend for the cadets. And the winner here obviously goes into our 6-week break, bursting with confidence. It's going to be a really exciting battle. We'll have Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphries from that front of the grid. What's Jamie Scott's brother doing in the pits there? obviously learning a little bit about the way that the pit lane works. They start these marshals off very early in the world of birelART UK Series. Megan giving him all the training and tuition he needs there. Charlie Humphreys just sitting ready to go on that front row of the grid. Craig Evans doing a very sensible thing behind him there. He's obviously done the Formula One trick of he's got an umbrella to keep him in the shade there in the number 98. We see all sorts of new aerodynamic tricks and things on these karts. Obviously, in the world of international racing, we've got those new Nassau panels to give more aerodynamics. How long is it going to be, do you reckon, before all of the cadet drivers, all the kart drivers all over the world are doing the Formula One style umbrella trick? Craig Evans started it here first. You make sure you know where you were. Craig Evans has started that trend, and hopefully he's the one who's going to continue to run with it. So the drivers now lined up in position as they get going. Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphreys on that front row of the grid. Archie Heron and Jamie Gurney on the second row. Callum Lockett and Craig Evans on the third row. Megan flossing like crazy there at the front end. Oh, she's learned a new trick. I guess it's tit for tat. You teach him how to work the pit, he teaches you how to dance. Nice one. Brilliant. Obviously getting ourselves ready for the cadet final. The third row of the grid, as we mentioned, was Callum Lockett and Craig Evans. Josh Turnbull and Riley Price, the new boy, there on the fourth row of the grid, having already had a top 6 finish here in the first weekend of his birelART cadet career. Great to see, having done such a good job. And then, of course, we have the likes of Chase Sharp and Lily Jeffs in there with Jamie Scott and Ali Hussein. I can't see Jake Bell on the grid this time. Oh, there he is. That's why I couldn't see him, because he was tucked away behind the umbrella of Craig Evans. Craig? It's your fault. But Jake Bell is there in position. Thank goodness for that. I did wonder if he was going to take out the third race of the weekend, and good to see that he is there. So we have a full grid contingent for this cadet heat. Cadet final, my apologies. So the drivers are going to battle away for position in this final race of the weekend. Lots of people watching from all over the world, not just in the UK. There are some who are watching from further afield. Hudson Cross, of course, is one of the drivers who should be and could be in this race. He's on holiday in Mallorca at the moment, but he's watching the stream out in sunny Spain. Go Jamie and Josh, missing you loads. Hudson, as the green flag is ready to fly now, the whistle has gone and the engines will come on. Drivers are battling for position in this cadet final. Carol Jeffs, one final message to Lily Jeffs. Come on, you can do it. As we go into the final race of the weekend for the birelART UK Cadets. They head out onto the circuit, and it's going to be a very interesting charge forward from Nathan Tye off the grid. If he can get another good start, and he's going to have an absolutely terrific run to the victory in the third and final race of the weekend. So far, so good for the number 5. But if you can stay there, then it's going to be a perfect hat-trick from this Glan Y Gors weekend. However, there's a lot of factors that could stop him. There's Charlie Humphreys there in second position. Archie Heron's looking stronger and stronger by the race. Now he's got his first podium. It won't be long before he's thinking about his first victory. So maybe that could happen in this final. You never know. Second row of the grid, we could well see a very exciting and interesting battle for the man in the second row of the grid, Jamie Gurney. He's come close to the victory. Off the start, he's been pretty quick. But for some reason, it's not really happening at the moment. But then, of course, there's that new superstar rookie who has been absolutely phenomenal this weekend, Riley Price. Come on, Riley from Payton, watching at home. And you never know, there could be another strong performance from Riley Price in this final race of the weekend. The number 31, the novice, has been absolutely fantastic in this first weekend of his career in the birelART UK Cadets. They drop down into their 2 rows as they come down the hill and up to the top end of the circuit. Drivers now forming up neatly in position as they go up towards the top of the hill. They're just being kept and controlled in their 2 rows. They obviously have to make it a slow start. And it's very important that Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphreys try not to jump the start. They've been pretty good at it so far. They just need to keep it up for this third and final race. The last thing we want is a race where the drivers just disappear into the distance and control the race from the front. We want as even and open a challenge as possible. As they come down through the compression complex, they'll come up towards Devil's Elbow. Nathan Ty, 2 wins out of 2 so far this weekend. Can he make it a hat trick? He's just got to keep doing what he's doing. Stay focused, stay calm, relaxed. Doesn't need to do too much hard work here. Charlie Humphries is going to make it a little bit more tougher than he would like it to out of the final turn. Nathan Ty is just going to try and keep the pace up as they come off the final corner. That's a perfect start, and away we go in the cadet final. Good start from Archie Heron as he dives up the inside of Charlie Humphries and may even make a break towards Nathan Ty on the way to the first corner, but Charlie Humphries squeezes back into second place. And as they go up the hill, Nathan Ty leads from Humphries, Heron and Gurney coming round the far side. Can Gurney keep himself in a position? He goes right round the outside, trying to get to third, hasn't made it. So Heron remains in third position. Callum Lockett has now got a run on him down the hill, but he's not going to get the move. So it's Ty in front of Humphries, Heron, Gurney, Lockett and Evans as they started. Already Gurney's trying to make the move on Archie Heron up the inside. Doesn't make the move. Now Lockett's going to try and get past Gurney. Evans has run a little bit deep, and that's enough for Riley Price to come up the inside. But he hasn't made the move, so Riley Price is the man trying to take it to Craig Evans on this first lap. I tell you what, he's getting on with this. He may even get a rookie win out of this one. Through the first corner, and Turnbull is in 8th from Jeffs, Sharp, Scott, Bell and Hussein as they make their way up the hill. And already Nathan Ty and Charlie Humphries are threatening to get away and disappear. So Nathan Ty has got Charlie Humphries breathing down his neck. Great little tussle this is between the two of them if they can continue to keep this up. But Archie Heron is dropping back now in third position in front of Jamie Gurney and Callum Lockett. The leading two have already got scot-free. So can they continue to keep this pace up? Nathan Ty leading the way from Charlie Humphries in second. Up the inside, that's a beautiful move from Jamie Gurney. Absolutely textbook into the compression complex. Really made that one look so simple and easy. But that was one of the toughest overtaking moves you're going to see in cadet around this circuit. As they come through one more time, Craig Evans is lining up Callum Lockett as Archie Heron once again lines up Jamie Gurney up the hill. We could see a couple of slipstreaming moves up the top of the hill as Gurney tries to hold off Archie Heron, and Evans is going to have a look for Callum Lockett on the inside. Hasn't made the move stick there, but these four are going to dice for third place. Meanwhile, Nathan Ty and Charlie Humphries are again well clear at the front as Evans goes for the move on the inside of Callum Lockett. Lockett's going to hold it round the outside. Evans is still going to be to his left, but well defended by Callum Lockett. He's not going to let Craig Evans have a cheap overtaking move today. Good move from Lockett there to hang on in front of the 98. Craig Evans back to his best now after struggling in the first race and then having to retire with a damaged nose. All going fine and dandy for Nathan Ty in front of Charlie Humphries. Then it's Gurney, Heron, Lockett, Evans, Price. And then we've got Turnbull and Jeffs having a battle. Then it's Hussein. Oh no, sorry, that's Chase Sharp and Jamie Scott having a bit of a battle as Jake Bell is doing a duel with Ali Hussein. Up to the top of the hill, Jamie Gurney still hanging on to third in front of Archie Heron. Callum Lockett is hanging on for dear life in front of Craig Evans as they drop down the hill once again. Lockett is going to send Evans the long way round. He'll hold the inside line, but Evans has got the faster line. Tucks back for the inside. Good move from Craig Evans. Oh, beautiful switchback move there from the 98. And Craig Evans gets himself in a 5th position. He wants to finish his weekend as the top rookie, especially seeing as how Archie Heron finished 3rd overall in the last race. If he can get past Heron and then get past Jamie Gurney, he can get an overall podium today instead. But the leading two have broken well clear. Archie Heron's got a good run on Jamie Gurney up the hill. He decides to tuck back in behind him and wait for another opportunity at the top of the hill. Gurney and Heron fighting for 3rd. Evans and Lockett are not far away, and Riley Price is pretty close still. On the 5th lap of this race, Riley Price is pretty close to Callum Lockett. In the early stages of proceedings, we'd have thought he'd have dropped back a bit further than that, but Riley Price is definitely on a strong run. Up the hill once more, Jamie Gurney still hanging on in front of Archie Heron and Craig Evans. This could be a really exciting battle as they drop down through the compression complex. Into Devil's Elbow they go. Very tough circuit this, and a very tough part of the track, that particular section. As they come into that final turn at Paddock Bend, back onto the main straight again. Nathan Ty has 2.3 seconds on Charlie Humphries, who in turn has 2.4 seconds on Jamie Gurney and Archie Heron, who are side by side again. And where is Heron going to go? Right round the outside of Jamie Gurney. Surely he can't cut across and get that third position off him. No, he can't. But very brave indeed from Heron. Now Gurney's having to slide across the circuit to defend as Archie Heron tries again for third position. Craig Evans in there in fifth. And Callum Lockett still sixth in front of Riley Price. But what a race this is for third position between Gurney, Heron, Evans and Lockett. Riley Price in the background. Not far away now. They drop down the hill through the S's into the compression complex. And Jamie Gurney hanging on in front of Heron, Evans and Lockett in this three-way tussle for third place. Nathan Tye Jr. still way out in front. 3 seconds clear now of Charlie Humphreys, who's got 2.8 on the rest of the field. So these two have got away scot-clear, but Archie Heron is going to try and sweep round the outside of Jamie Gurney. This is what he did last lap. Can he hold it right round the outside? He's going to try. Can he get there? No. Jamie Gurney has to come through, and now Craig Evans has slotted into fourth position. Good move there from Evans. That's the difficulty. You run right round the outside, and you get onto the marbles at that point of the circuit. Archie Heron, to be fair to him, was very brave for making that move, and even more impressive, he was able to hold on to the kart before it ran off the circuit on the marbles on the far side. So well committed for Archie Heron, but now it means that Craig Evans is through into fourth place and is now hunting down Jamie Gurney in his bid for third position overall. And he's been telling me all weekend, I can do it this weekend, I want it. I can finish third place in the final, I can do it. But now he's on the tail of Jamie Gurney. And he's hunting after it. Any one of these four could finish third in the final, and all of them would deserve to get there. Jamie Gurney, who's one of the championship front runners in 2018, has a chance to get there if he continues his solid podium finishing results. Craig Evans and Archie Heron, who have both been outstanding rookies in their 2018 campaign, and Callum Lockett in sixth place, who I think everybody in the paddock would be elated to see grab a podium finish overall. He's more than deserved it over the last 18 months of hard slog, and has made up a deficit of what was a good 4 or 5 seconds off the back of the grid to the top three. So now it would be great to see Callum Lockett get on the podium. Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphreys continue their battle up front. Although it's not much of a battle, it's more of a cruise control drive in the countryside at the moment. But third place is still being debated. 5 minutes and 10 seconds is the deficit. They go up the hill. Still they battle. Can Craig Evans get on the inside of Jamie Gurney? Not this time. Archie Heron is there in fifth place. Sixth position, Callum Lockett. Great rattling between these four as they continue to run down the far side of the circuit into the hairpin. Jamie Gurney still running well. Craig Evans in fourth from Archie Heron in fifth position. Evans is under some pressure now from Heron. He wasn't quite able to get onto the back of Jamie Gurney. Had to get out of the throttle through that double left-hander, and now is struggling out of the compression complex down to Devil's Elbow. Jamie Gurney's being given some space here, and Callum Lockett and Archie Heron are working together to close up on the 98 as they come off the final turn and in through that first corner. No major disasters at the moment. Charlie Humphreys up the road, just taking a quick look over his shoulder. Where are they? Good. They're a little bit further back than they want to be. But Nathan Tye opens up the gap this time to 4.8 seconds out in the lead. Charlie Humphreys still there in second place, looking for two great second place finishes. Jamie Gurney looking for another podium, having finished second in race one. But Archie Heron wants to get back on the dais, and Craig Evans wants to get there for the first time. Callum Lockett would love to be on the podium for the first time as well. But these four are going to be very close together for the last 4 minutes plus 1 lap of this birelART Cadet final at Glan Y Gors Park, the 5th round of the 2018 birelART UK Series. As they come off the final turn, it's Jamie Gurney in third from Craig Evans, Archie Heron and Callum Lockett, and they're absolutely locked together, these four. Further back, we've got Riley Price still running around in 7th place. On his own, having got away from the rest of the rookies. And it's led by Lily Jeffs behind. Josh Turnbull, Jamie Scott up the inside. There could be an opportunity now as Jamie Gurney's up the inside, but Archie Heron through to 4th place, and Craig Evans is back alongside him. Goodness me, the battle really on the offensive now for these two, as Archie Heron and Craig Evans are jostling away for position. If they're not careful, Callum Lockett's going to get past both of them. They come up to the compression complex through the first right, through the second right. Evans still hustling Archie Heron, and Jamie Gurney must be loving this. He thinks, great, I'm into third position and I'm getting away from these guys now. Callum Lockett's just got to be careful here. These two are obviously going to be wanting to battle for position. And if they are not careful, they will trip over each other. 2 minutes 42 on the clock, plus 1 lap. Still the battle rages as they come up the top of the hill. Nathan Tye Jr. leads, Charlie Humphreys second, Jamie Gurney in third, then it's Heron, Evans and Lockett, and those three are absolutely bolted to each other now. Price in seventh, then it's Lily Jeffs in front of Josh Turnbull and Jamie Scott. Evans down the inside of Archie Heron. Is this going to be the move for the position? They're both going to run out wide, and Evans gets the place. Very good racing between these two. Evans through in the fourth position, but I think the deficit back to Jamie Gurney is now too big to think about third position. Really exciting racing, but Jamie Gurney has hung on to that third position for the moment. Nathan Tye leads, Charlie Humphreys second, Jamie Gurney third, then it's Evans, Heron and Lockett having a great tussle. It's another good battle further back as Lily Jeffs hangs on in front of Josh Turnbull and Jamie Scott. They're battling away over 8th place as Heron is now having to defend from Callum Lockett. Heron's going to try and get the switch back up the inside of Craig Evans. Oh, very close indeed between those three as they continue to battle. And Evans has hung on to fourth position for the moment. Callum Lockett still looking for an overtaking move or two on the back of Archie Heron. As Callum Lockett getting much more confident in the kart here, right up in the top 6, looking for a good overtake. Now the difficulty is that Jamie Gurney in third position has a bit of a gap on these three, but he's on his own. He doesn't really have anybody to work with, whereas Craig Evans has been helping use the draft, not just off the back of Jamie Gurney, but with some cooperation from Archie Heron and Callum Lockett to try and gain the progress. And the gap is back down to 0.4 of a second again. Jamie Gurney's not safe in third position by any stretch of the imagination as they come up the top of the hill. Again, there's a good chance here that Evans could get through into third position. Jamie Gurney defending well. They drop down the hill once again, but I think this time Evans may go for a strong charge as Gurney chops across to stop the move from even occurring. But these last 2.5 laps are going to be very tight indeed in the cadet final. Out in front, Nathan Tye comes out of the final turn and begins his penultimate lap in the final. Charlie Humphreys is still there in second position, no problem at all, but this is the battle for third place and it's a four-way dogfight again. Gurney, Evans, Heron, Lockett out of the final turn, and any one of these four could be on the third and final step of the podium. Heron's got a good line out of the fast corner. Gets that going up the hill. He might be able to get on terms with Evans, but Evans is already thinking about Jamie Gurney getting thrown up the inside line as we run out of time on the clock. They tighten up through turn 3. Down off the turn, down Damon Hill and up towards the double left-hander. Gurney is defending for all he's worth. Craig Evans is still there in P4 from Heron and Lockett as they come back up the hill. No problems at all for our race leader as Nathan Tye comes out of the final turn and begins the final lap of what looks set to be a dominant hat-trick of victories here at Glan Y Gors. Jamie Gurney in third position, a few way back now from Charlie Humphreys, who is 8.3 seconds clear in the lead, but here's the battle for third position, 1 lap to go, and it could be any one of the 4 of them. Evans has got a good run on Gurney. He's drinking this way and that way. Archie Heron's right in the mix there as well for 5th position as they come up the top of the hill. This is going to be the opportune moment they're looking for as Evans tries to get on the inside. He can't make the move stick. Archie Heron's still there in 5th position. Gurney defends to the inside line. Evans is going to try. Heron is going to get an opportunity and Lockett's just waiting for a moment. But up at the front, Nathan Tye is going to take the victory in the final turn. A winner in the heat, the pre-final, and now the final. It's a hat-trick for Nathan Tye. Domination here at Glan Y Gors. Second place, Charlie Humphreys. Nice and easy in second place. But third place, it is going to be Jamie Gurney, who hangs on in there in third. Evans is the leading rookie home, just in front of Archie Heron and Callum Lockett. Great racing to the flag. But Nathan Tye, number 5, is high, wide, and handsome out in front. A double victory turns to a triple victory for Nathan Tye, and in terms of the championship fight, that takes us into the 6-week break in the Cadets Championship with Nathan Tye well in command. Absolutely brilliant. And a great fight back, it has to be said, for Craig Evans there in the rookie dais to come home as the leading novice after an amazing challenge. Only 0.2 of a second, not even in fact, off the podium. That is an amazing result for young Craig Evans and a great fight back considering he was out in race 1 to fight back to the top rookie spot. Well deserved. There's the result. Nathan Tye from Charlie Humphreys and Jamie Gurney. There are your podium runners. The leading rookie is 4th overall, Craig Evans from Archie Heron and Callum Lockett. Riley Price can be very proud of himself indeed this weekend. A top 6 finish and a 7th place as well. Lily Jeffs in a very fine 8th place from Jamie Scott and Josh Turnbull, with Ali Hussein, Chase Sharp and Jake Bell completing the field. All of the cadets who started brought it home. Well, a great finish then for Nathan Tye. 3 race wins in a row and an absolutely terrific performance, and lots of support at home. And great to see the drivers putting in an absolutely fantastic performance. And of course, we've had some great races all the way around. Some congratulations coming in for the cadets after a brilliant race, particularly for Craig Evans. Auntie Shelley and Uncle Paul are watching at home and were very proud indeed of that one. Well done to Craig. A great result there and an absolutely fantastic race. Good performance from everybody in the mix after some absolutely fantastic displays of driving, and a great result from all of the cadets who put in an absolutely spectacular show around the entire paddock. So that's the cadets done and dusted for this weekend here at Glan Y Gors Park. The next up is the final in juniors with 2 different winners from the 2 races. Will we get a third in the final?